make sure that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia does not become a president. And so the base, they have to make sure that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia does not become a president. As simple like ABC. As simple. And one say, hey, you person Dr. Bawumia a president. That is the reason for the base. Asa. Because you want to work in Agyapong. Agyapong to lead the base. So or NPP, and you are saying that Ghana for Mr. Tibosu, you are fed up with NPP and NDC. And if Agyapong had won the flag bearership one, and Kavaka say Ghana for bre NDC NPP never. I can't cast them no. I can you wouldn't go and form your own political party and as a movement called the base. I said, "You're better, someone." What he said, "Yabum, Etomasum, Alan Chamate say, yes, me, then call for Yabum." At least some of us, we saw something. You understand? Yahurubi, Yahurubi, Alan, and you're frustrating Alan Chamate, and Kophobia, and almost sabotage Alan Chamate. Some of us, we saw it. Now, not what that Jamaroli. So, see, the party, the corruption, I am. It me free party nim Gusita no say Pepe pay any party nim it me jai. It makes sense to me. I'm not saying that the man is not making sense. That is his due. I have to respect it. But for me, I don't believe it.
I heard somebody talking 15 months. Has a very hospital been there for 15 months? We were there for 8 years. You didn't do it. Don't blink your eye. See, we are not doing politics. I'm speaking the truth. This is Ghana. Stop that. I was chairman. NDC started this. Why didn't you complete it? You were there for 8 years. You didn't complete it. When somebody comes for 15 months, then you have a problem. Please, give me a break.
I was saying, Madam, already, Mamenchia, na memo kwa bamfa embra round the report so. Mesre, so bella ki video na mame share. Ni titulu pan for adventure brahigi na yeshuya de na ene. From Ponziga, or de nsembia tuja. Ya wapa Kennedy akompre kunho Agyapong wapa na hontuma papa wana mobia O2 said ebeya Dr. Laji Mahmoud Bawumia say wono na etu franka de amamoyokuo no onni wo mampani e wo Ghana ha da enu nti ene ya memenefia say Kennedy Agyapong wanya menasepo bi de tia MPP dede a woye ene wogu MPP animu ase said obenya nanka MPP akọ opposition ni ade ne nyina no eye Bawumia ho tantra se onuma kwa abato so pa na wantimi ani nkunim na Bawumia na di nkunim de eni obe na afemu de aboa se de be ya MP bekoso atena opposition sa enkogo de enka bekogona enkogo pa de enka bekokona na nne binim bebre no ani pa bebre no ado ma no ato mo kire ses ohwesisi Kennedy na namo a wotuo no a enye fe embo amonyokuo se politician na obeye kan nyina magana fo nyina hu nyina no na MPP osun kokoroko amonyokuo na ya o Kennedy Visenya unkuane kena wo Ghana ha nanso so ene yakase kena waba beje edikan ni nyina ede aboso nanso so MPP na yawosa ade nene wadane wachidi akira amonyokuo no ase enema hodo amode bo amonyokuo no ho bra no wo de wo mfanya adwuma na nsenya okokan se mo ba ban mu 8 years afari hospital manfa mo nsan ka ba akokora se wonso so na wo ye chairman ede ma ekuo no a anase abojoku a wo mo ene ye in charge of some military hospital wono ye chairman abribia o mo kokko ye bibi ni adada wona wo san wo endorse wo ya we pa na so begu party na ni mo ase eme no nipa bebre no abeto mo no go so keka bi kire wa ya entwe na nefrem poziga wa bibie ni ma bebre so party through for the base ya wo mo ti ade achi ade esa wo mo epe nipa soso na wo mo pe nipa ka ho ni ade ni nyina no o mo nyina ye MPP fo nko a pise NDC amonyokuo fo o mo nya o mo NDC ho ma medi the base achi da eye MPP fo no ano mo ka mo ho ma no mo ewie adom no ase de be ya MPP be koso atena opposition te ya agenda na Kennedy akompre ko Agyapong wa setie if it says Kennedy ni radio station ni TV stations no o mo mfanye MPP adwuma bio da bi bibie koso bia no wo mo edeye ye hono ye nye campaign ma Bawumia Kennedy na ni efri ni station wo kuma si kwesi nkran ne ho ahwan sesi ye hono ye nye campaign ma Bawumia biem because sesi no o mbeche o mo kire se Kennedy ni wo msi ye call flag bearer yin wa anwe ne de na so sesi wate ne ho a sesi de base no wasum a oye de ono so champion yenko tie frem ponziga ya wa baba ni ma bia no so de amaye no wadaro ma like video no ma mesre wa
Papa we say your friend Dr. George Otibonsu Dr. George Otubosu, and as I say, Menamo say, Wakakofa political party about as a movement about your friend the base. I'm told that Ejako also has the base. I'm in Tokwa Abba any idea. This man Ekokoye walk Kumase. Ejako didn't call forward to stop them because the base no so some feel say Ejako ese one that they buy, Papa is one that they buy. Enti akwa into Ashwako Pie Court ni idea. So Ejako's one is the base. Ghana first, and the Papa is the base movement. Okay, Ghana movement. It is so that is that. All right. So Dr. Oti Ebosuni, over the weekend, no, Oboko Koye walk Kumase, and then political party be start here. Ekwa statue Kumase. Say the party NPP ni na ne buofu Kumase. Say ye NDC ni na ne buofu Kumase. Kumase ne center. Oh yeah, NDC niya. Mame find a way for my political party to speak with me. Na me ko say NPP for vote. I was Ashanti region. Oh yeah, NPP ni so swap. Mame man confirm me say me bro for NPP for na me organa na me say NPP. Oh, everybody want to start from Kumasi. So that is that. All right. So this is Mr. Augustus Oboadum Guzitano. All right. Guzitano is the chief executive officer at the 24-hour economy. Dr. Yawobeda Samoa is a former foreign affairs minister and a former chairman at the National Democratic Congress. This is Kwabena Agye Bambata. All right, he's from the political party called NRP. Okay, so that is that. This is Nana Kunadu Ajima Rawlings and the former first lady, the late Nana Kunadu Ajima Rawlings, and of course, Alan Kojo Chamatin. We're going to talk about this. I mean, 6 personalities. So be with me. All right, so this is Mr. Otibonsu. So Otibonsu are forming a movement called the basement. So the base Ghana movement. All right, so over the weekend, no. Oboko Kumasi Ekokoye walk. Let's watch some of the photos and the videos of the base Ghana Fest. All right, the base Ghana Fest. Let's watch some of the photos and the videos, please. No, put it here for me. Put it here, don't here. Put it here for me. Bring it here, yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Yak. All right, so this is the base. Ahaye Kumasi. All the crowd. The base. Movement. All right, yes, we need a man, a man here. Almost say, almost joining the base, new movement, new political party or movement. About the base. Oh, Kumasi, yes, this is the base. Ushababa in the near Japan, yes. I don't know exactly place. Can see be boss or honey the base. Our t-shirt in the dorsey, it be a white, it be a yellow, it be a black, it be a red. So the base. Okay, so that is that. The base. All right. I will show you the Ashanti regional office. Blah 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 blah. The base. All right. So let's go back to the previous photos. Now, Menka Asemi Fanchamo. Let's go back to yes, the base. Okay, I say the base movement. Okay, all right. Echo. I can make the base movement. We so Agyapong and so we say to question. Almost start to do baby to question. Okay, so let's start the journey quickly. All right. Papa will say what you know. I will tell you men come from no but meka the kwa ma sa papa will say Agye New Patriotic Party or no one cancer beka. The reason why we join New Patriotic Party to form different political party as a movement or the economy. But when you are Guzitano is an NDC person who hold a lot of positions at our National Democratic Congress from 1993 when we called democratic rule in the Fourth Republic. Yes, sparked a Fourth Republic in 1993 when Joe Rawlings was the president. Guzitano served a lot of board, so chief executive, so any idea. So yeah, Papa, President Rawlings called 1996 no. Yeah, Papa 2000. Let's just say President Rawlings and Yadro Bekobio. So this man was preparing himself to take over from President Rawlings. He was preparing to take over from President Rawlings. Everybody thought that Guzitano would be the next president or the next flag bearer at the National Democratic Congress because the people who were behind Guzitano, not almost prepared, no, Abanababe president, were the movers and shakers of National Democratic Congress at that time. And Dr. Yaw Obeda Samoa no Kaho, a former Deputy Defense Minister, Aprade this year, Tony Edu, no Okahu be. Dr. Kojo Chikata, Obinana, Omokamu, Captain Kojo Chikata, Obinana. This were the people that moved the National Democratic Congress at that time. So they were preparing Owura Guzitano to take over from your friend say Jerry Wallace. Mr. Tano from Gomwa, every central region. So that is that. But something happened when Mr. Guzitano, if he say Oma prepare the books, the BBA, Oma corruption, and men who the BBO baby, a pepe, Okofa contract, no official suspect, BBA, about the trapper, on prembound, any idea he was holding some values, values of National Democratic Congress, probity and accountability. So he was ready for the flag bearership. No, so that is that. But in 1988, the National Democratic Congress went to Congress and Swedru. So Swedru, they were there. Swedru, there was to do something to open the floor for people to contest and all that. Then President Wallace, Epeja, the Vice President, and Sir Ora Atamels, Opeja and Son was say, Seminuha. The next day, this is our flag bearer. So he endorsed Atamels and said that Atamels should be our flag bearer. Mutie, Atamels should be our flag bearer. That was 1998. The same 1998, and amended the National Democratic Congress, Constitution, and Article 6 of the Constitution, the show was say Jerry John Wallace is the founder of the party. So after they have done that, then he raised Atamels say me few the year 2000 Atamels should contest on the ticket of National Democratic Congress, our next flag bearer. So it means that now my papa will say new dreams in Ashata and order. So that is that. 80 Yako the year 1999 into 2000, Guzitano realized that Enoma Ankoye, so he resigned from National Democratic Congress. Now let's go and read the reason why Guzitano resigned from National Democratic Congress or resigned from National Democratic Congress and Okoto on Wakasana political party. So let's see Guzitano's picture, please. Let's see Guzitano's solo picture. All right, so this is Mr. Guzitano. Please put it here for me. When I asked you to put it on TV, then you put it on TV. So we are Guzitano. So Guzitano resigned and formed his own political party called the National Reform Party, NRP, the National Reform Party, that they need to reform the National Democratic Congress or for more on one party and contested in the year 2000 election. But Guzitano told the whole world the reason why he resigned from National Democratic Congress. And what Owura Guzitano what Owura Guzitano said. Be with me, please. You don't have time today. So this is 6 October 2000. Mr. Guzitano on a Ghana News Agency, the Edin Kobo. So the Ghana News Agency, credit to them, they brought this out. Mr. Tano, presidential candidate of the National Reform Party, has said at a while that he broke away from the NDC to form NRP because the NDC is not transparent and accountable to the people. So this is what Owura Guzitano said, that NDC are probity and accountability. The NDC is not transparent and accountable to the people. Remember, say on the status say obi person ye president asani pano or kobebia one of civil society organizations, no afa professionals, wafabia teachers, public servant ni organizer na wakane niso aduhunu e di achiro. So one of the forums wa and or cancer we say it was a National Democratic Congress and yet transparent and accountable to the people. In fact, Okaya Manebesi say there's a mass corruption in National Democratic Congress. That's the reason why or person free party not a party for the party are Ghana for to be Agye. So at least he gave us the reason why he left the National Democratic Congress. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so this is a Basintale. Now, when you Dr. Yao Obed Asamoah, Dr. Yao Obed Asamoah was supposed to, you or not, or can't conform or Gumi Basintale to become a president. So when Basintale left the NDC, people thought, say, okay, Obed Asamoah, they will also leave the National Democratic Congress. But Yao Obed Asamoah, as a founder and as a co-founder of National Democratic Congress, did not leave NDC. Why he did not leave the NDC? Because at that time he played smart. He realized that okay, so one is a pager Mahama as a flag bearer. Atames would definitely look for a running mate. So I'm preparing myself. So he started lobbying and doing things to become Atames running mate. On and on. So he did a lot of works. Kofo Escupie Babonti say, oh, Atameos and Dr. Yao Obed Asamoah, the Foreign Affairs Minister, or no, take it and a National Democratic Congress for Ebabe Yusu in the year 2000 elections. But here we are in the year 2000, Atames Konemu Nerani meeting, who are Kofa Ura Martin Amidu. Martin Amidu was that time as an Attorney General then. Yes, Attorney General and or Raisia Babeye, the special prosecutor. So Martin Amidu, your boy Martin Amidu, you know, Ora Obed Asamoah was not all that happy. Honestly speaking, if you read books, he wasn't happy at all. And Mane Babeye Agye say, I said, okay, now we are going to new era. Say President Mercy every new election now. I don't know whether I will get a position to serve in the party, and I say many position and many position and blah 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 blah. Around Obed Asamoah, the running mate no so airborne. So that is that. And he was, remember that he was also not happy with the Swedro declaration. What happened in the Swedro declaration? Okay, so was Atameos and Martin Amidu stake it? And nobody called the year 2000 election and National Democratic Congress. NDC elusi. So NDC Lucy election, no, that's the December 2000 election. Yet twice, the first one and the second one. J. Kofo was not able to go beyond the threshold. And I say the point is so when and son went me win election, the 50+1 vote, you know, went me and it's second round. Then the other political parties joined the NPP and they won the election at expense of National Democratic Congress. So in December 28th, and your Abana NPP and this NPP won. Now your two Abani no, they said your party be a and National Democratic Congress for set up a committee to investigate why they lost the election and come up with recommendations. So this is what happened. So this is what happened, and we the Graphic Corporation for credit to the Graphic Corporation for when the Graphic Corporation for spoke with Dr. Obed Asamoah and some of the findings about the Babontin and Tapia Yadi Dumasisia. So this is what the Graphic Corporation reported. Also, so in March 2001, the National Democratic Congress put it on the TV for me. So in March 2001, the National Executive Committee (NEC) of the National Democratic Congress chose Dr. Asamoah to head a committee that sought to revamp the party following their 2000 election defeat as part of his commendation as 2000 defeat. Okay, as part of his recommendations, Dr. Asamoah wanted the founder and the leader position that chairman Rollins held be scrapped, and its place Rollins will be one of many founders. Okay, so that is that. That is that. Dr. Obed Asamoah, the recommendation of the National Democratic Congress, they say in 1998, you know, and the NDC for core Congress, you know, and almost a Sabo Constitution, you know, and the President Wallace Bayer, the founder of the party. If you read the Article 6 of NDC Constitution now, and President Wallace Bayer, the founder of the party. So Your bed Samoa was not happy in the 2008. So when he got the opportunity to lead the NEC, our committee need to investigate and come out with the recommendations. No, and what we say, sir, positioning Agyama Chairman Rawlings at that time, President Rawlings at that time, as a founder and the leader position should be scrapped. As I said, Rawlings in TV by year because Obeda Sama has already granted an interview and with joy. There was a time because we say Obeda Sama left the party and President Mills Ebayano and through President Mahama brought Obeda Sama back to the party in 2011. So when Obeda Sama came back to the party, he granted an interview with Joy and Walker said, Rawlings the former NDC. He and some people formed NDC. Time almost former NDC, no. Now Rawlings was a military man. That time no one can. It you obey me to be idea by the founders of National Democratic Congress in the various constituencies and districts. Those who toiled for the party, their names are there. The founders are there. So Rawlings is not the founder of the party. So he said it. It is hard to know. It was the same. We say yes. Scrappers a dino at the 6 no. Yenkoyi SMFU. And before that no. Obeka say National Democratic Congress say ye kasa we party chairman we co-chairman with President Rawlings because he's the founder and the flag bearer and that's whatever he's the founder. It will be a co-chairman with the founder. It was the question we say sa co-founder no omuni free e honum na embebe nipo be chairman ono kwa na enye chairman. Okay, so let's continue. He was also against Rawlings' desire to have the chairmanship position be co-chaired as it was before, arguing that a stronger chairmanship was better than inherent weakness in two people captaining a ship. Obed wanted that position to be chaired by one person. In short, as he told the daily graphic. So this is the daily graphic for a year of the buy. He wanted all leadership. Mami scrolling on Costa Rica. Okay. She said he wanted all leadership positions in the party to be filled through democratic elections. And Osaka said party no yet we more be on the post. He said Rawlings ko peja atame sensa na ye call congress man ko for contest no mami anya ne say to say she say a party ni kwase mo obia ko on the post. In fact, some recommendation we say by no Rawlings said nianje. But some of the party faithfuls were happy because they thought that within the party, this man Obeda Samoa are breaking the culture of silence within the National Democratic Congress, because these were some of the things that na NDC for the bistro so Obeka wasem. It Obeda Samoa can't add a boy or contesting the 2001 as a chairman or contesting or winning part as a chairman 2001. So the 2001 he became a solely chairman. The recommendation come. NDC 4 years with the exception of scrapping President Rawlings' name as the founder of the party in Article 6. Okay, so we say no recommendation and be a short enemy to President Rawlings. Bring your better some hospital. Obey short enemies to President Rawlings at that time. It's your co-election 2004. NDC lost the election 2004 as a party chairman. You understand? It's the NDC Luciano. Now I say NDC Sada the following year after the election. NDC Sako another say executive elections. So when they went there was a clash, and we are told that Rawlings, if you read Dr. Yobera Samuel's book, na count and say they were terrorized, Mr. Terrorized. Say terrorized. John Telly, me and John Telly. So they were terrorized, beaten, and all that. And Kofu normal support to Ura, Yao Obeda Samoa. They were beaten, and some of them had to run. The second vice chairman ran away, and Madam Francis Esiam ran away, or to Tongue Koforudia be baby and son and comforting Papa may say, and your general saving Ketia, and the funny finish city so I did Johnny and Komo Bunukuno. Rollins in Kofo Buruku. I'm telling you. So he left the place and lost the election as a party no contested VC and Toswaba and Madame Chairman. He lost the election to Dr. Kwabneje heavily. So Dr. Kwabneje was a President Rollins candidate. Dr. Kwabneje Yamefa the Crazy in Konya Terminator. Okay, so that is that. And no maybe papa will say the near John Tabani terrorize of hooliganism near Deno and no strike me to leave the party and form his own political party called the DFP. But tell me of former DFP, he says something, the reason why he left National Democratic Congress. Let's read for the second time. Let's read why Obeda someone left National Democratic Congress. Let's read it. Okay, so I'll say because several inconsistent interpretations are being put. We say that that's the time or this statement about the essence of the statement, and can say because several inconsistent interpretations are being put on my silence since the recent Congress of the National Democratic Congress, and in order to prevent self-appointed spokesmen making statements on my behalf, I have thought it necessary to issue this statement to clear the air. I wish to state that events at the Congress and subsequent there to show the intention of my opponent is to drive me out of the NDC. It is obvious that I will remain within the NDC only at the risk of my life, and that is not desirable. A person say, "Yes, see what Congress na say, oh, koforu dia dinano." Ne kofobi pese onono obera someone free NDC nti and omo ye sade no. It is what na NDC a eke omo ankasa na risk and all risky. Okay, one of the characteristics of the democratic organization is the capacity to manage opposing views through dialogue, compromise, and respect for established procedures. Or say characteristics bakwa yede every the political party and say obe respect obi view. So be no nyadwena still you still have to respect the party view within the NDC. As of now, dissent, particularly against certain personalities, is considered as treacherous to the dealt with by violence and hooliganism. What say NDC at that time no na ababe bibia ho etukrasem nko na omafri sa de na NDC na no munim no omafri. Let's continue with another the account. Okay, let's continue with another account. He said the NDC claim of being accountable is untrue because it has now become the property of only a few. Okay, this one is for Mr. Guzitano said this one. Yes, I was looking for this one. Mr. Guzitano said this one. Okay, Guzitano. Okay, so let's move on. No problem. We have finished with Guzitano. Let's move on. Okay, this coming from Dr. Yobera somewhere. It is obvious that I do not share in those methods. I therefore no longer can associate myself with an organization employing such methods. There is the need to raise the level of political debate in the country from personal attacks, physical or verbal, threat or political vendetta, character assassination, lies and vulgar abuse, to the consideration of values, issues, principles, and more specifically what concerns the people the most in their everyday lives. I accordingly intend to remain engaged in the politics of Ghana for the purpose. Dr. Yobera Samoa was telling us the reason why he left the National Democratic Congress. In fact, what can so he has shown us the reason why he left the National Democratic Congress. Yes, he has shown us the reason why he left the National Democratic Congress. Yes, so that is that. He left the National Democratic Congress. Wakache Adekunle Ujai National Democratic Congress says Otinamwa and Konwan Kasana life and it will be at risk. And the ultimate nyai politics. It is the ultimate nyai politics there. The ultimate opposing your friend is a political party or also ultimate remaining our National Democratic Congress. So better a sort of form on one party, which is Democratic Freedom Party he formed in 2006. Okay, so this is Kwabneje Bambata. I'm telling you, Obi Bia or what I say Biano. me kanama cash we say at the control of the political party eco form new one a pass mu e de na ye ka enti ye ka ba be si owura Dr. Oti Bosuso. Okay, so this is Kwabena J Babata. Okay, so apparently we say now or pre-organizer Ediama National Democratic New Patriotic Party and Ashanti region. But at that time, no, Obeka said in 2004, now NPP Muachi too. Near Okofo fashion and Akufo-Addo fashion, and President Akufo was in power. It's your Korea election be an Okofo definitely unbearing any idea. So Bambata belonged to Akufo-Addo's fashion. It's your Obukoto Abano Rivoli in Kumasi, Obukoto Abano Rivoli in Kumasi, no, and no baby Kokoso, Mr. Isibuati, gun for chairmanship. Obokaso kodu kromu koto abani ade yesisi no ene ade de sika ebe wewramu ene ade a omanwene se 7 prediasan waboa party no asante mantem on and on because Isibuati belonged to Akufo-Addo at that time. It will be bia o contested and now align yourself with Akufo-Addo at that time. No, that people did not win. And President Kofo nane win here. And a President Kofo no win here now. Obi also support Alan Kodocha Martin at that time because they had the promise to go in 2007. So they had the also Agye we say they started. So yes, we dear Philly said started the way back. So that is that. So this man was peeved. He was not happy. What happened our Rivoli? It will buy the following year and he formed his own political party to contest NPP in Ashanti region. Papa so Chome say the near didn't always cast. So the first one, Mr. Isibuati saw everything and he sent their t-shirt, their everything to the then Vice President Mahama. The Mahama showed it to President Kofo, and President Kofo delegated Agyapong and the former Chief Justice Kojo Mpiani to come to Kojo Mpiani. So Omomra Kumase na Omone Abranting isi Mbekasa. So they came and asked him, Charlie, we NPP ni. Don't do that. Party na fena about power. Your second term ni yeko. Ye pesi atoto no mana party no. Yes, I winning for the third term. We yes, I didn't know de e kase no wabo. And ye didn't sika e demano. And na ujai e chidi. Omona ne kasa no ujai chidi. It yebeko 2008 elections no. And was started be sakofa party the buy. By NPP ignore him. They gave Nana Akufo-Addo say Papa no was started be more. But Akufo-Addo did not pay attention to him. He left him and because you were on side. Argentina on the side and then also from another political party. So NPP left him and Dr. The late Agyapong Munina joining Ura Babata. Okay, so your co-election, the second round. No? NDC did not win the first round. MPP won the first one, by a course second one, no, and Abranting we say the Ekokoma National Democratic Congress. It's a reunion, and our time yesterday call ECG board. But he told us the reason why he left the party. He left MPP because official what happened in Kumasi Rivoli. Tamano Mokakoto Abano. Yes, see no, ye the Sika Beguo, they bought his own people. No, news about the man. At least he told us why he left the party. So that is that. Okay. So let's move on. Who's next? Nana Akua-Addo Agyapong. Okay, so Nana Akua-Addo Agyapong is the former first lady from 1979. Yebetuaba, 1981, and he became the first lady of forming a political movement. 31st December movement where Jinama coup military junta and lead embassy democratic rule ni Nana or your first lady the near din ubia person to say Nana Akua-Addo Agyapong. Okay, so Nana Akua-Addo Agyapong was the first lady until say President Rawlings in the 10th one the 10th one we no. What kind of Professor Kwame now for a book now? This woman wanted to contest president. He wanted to take over from his husband, but there were some talks be and your drop your fairness and ambition. All right. 80 year by no you go to 2009 and Nana Akua-Addo Agyapong contested as a vice chairman at the National Democratic Congress. Obey a vice chairman year by no officer no be in our party. For example, you see sometimes in parliament the party take decision in the parliament. not even the presidency. The party has the power. There was some changes. If you quite son, the party are deeply involved. So there were changes to be a by parliament. Owura Bambabi yesesana as a majority leader, a command position be, and then normal be a cocoa caution. Manu we say wasn't happy at all. And aside that, at that time office he didn't do. Oh, that time babies with the sharp teeth na abba, they were insulting his her husband. Any idea? He wasn't happy. So he became the first vice chairman in 2009. So 2011, 2 years, and or resigning. Or resigning as a first vice chairman in 2011. And what this statement about Bonte say, we see Ghana force cause do eba within the NDC, and the people who are not NDC people say uncontested President Mills. That President Mills was a president. That na NDC for be sa kwaye esa koto abafo for ti be esa kokaye popular acclamation because was a president. Nikwase ma obi a contested a certain president. This country requires experience be that democratically it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense politically. Say a certain president be or another chance. So besa a contest bureau sa nipano umama obi a contest no. But another Rajab Rollins defied everything. They say the NDC people should be bold and reject Atamil's first term not on Babe flag bearer. So there was a competition and as a contest I was Sunyai Coronation Park. When they went there, Nana Rajab Rollins was not able to pull even 20%. So Atamil's won last line. You understand? And then that Morales wasn't happy and a free party, so he resigned from the party and on one Kasakwati in the political party, called National Democratic Party. Okay, so she gave us the reason why Omo Waja party. One, what's say? Nukru, Omo Munukru, Omo Didimukuratem, and there were a lot of corruption and were NDC at that time. And was the NDC for us shifting away, or so much shifting away from the core values of National Democratic Congress, which is the probity and accountability. So it cannot belong to such a political party. It is so conforming for and not conforming NDP. So Nana Rajab Rollins gave us some reasons why he left the National Democratic Congress. Okay, so who else? Let's move on. Okay, so this is Kodo Alan Chamatin, Chief. Alan Chamatin was a High Commissioner, a Ghana High Commissioner. US became a Trade Minister for first time, and then Kufa at the time was a Trade Minister for 8 good years. The final year he resigned to form his own political party. Oh no. Remember in 2008, Alan Chamatin resigned from the New Patriotic Party, but talks were done. And he was brought back to the party. And 2024, he resigned again. That he cannot be with the party 2023 or 2024. But Alan Chamatin told us why he resigned from the party. We say, we are saying that either it makes sense or not. So let's watch why Alan Chamatin left the National New Patriotic Party. The Alan Chamatin left the New Patriotic Party. Okay. Can you come down from Kakramani? Okay, he said, okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I say, unfair treatment and intimidation. He stated that the party superdelegate conference was rigged to favor one candidate. He also highlighted the hostility, fiscal assault and brutality directed at his campaign team and supporters. Alan Chamatin say, I am for Mr. Wena Fatu TV no sumame because in a union kete pa. Alan Chamatin say, superdelegate conference na NPP for kokoye na unse NPP for mrabi say si ekokoto abane se omo contest no, they are more than five. As I say, you're going super delegate conference, you be free neck canipa 5. And what's the size super delegate conference, no? LPP 4 every day size super delegate conference, no? Powers at the man, one candidate, and after brutality, a bro, and the physical attack and confire your bro, your bone campaign team in the supporters. And then one factor of DJ. Okay, another factor is a hijacked leadership. He claimed that the NPP had abandoned the core values of its founding fathers and was hijacked by a select group of leaders. Or just say NDC, NPP, no, and Kofubi at a party na boso, or much a party na boso, among pese, ubia the party, no, leadership, no, the Biamudu Kwan. The winner takes all system. He left to break the political duopoly of the NPP and the ruling opposition, aiming to establish an inclusive government of national unity. Was say winner takes all on pay. It was percent of breaking the NDC and NPP. Koyama Fasoma dominating Ghana. Your fathers, your politics, no. Now, no ba no be a government, a government of national unity. O fa we say NPP, no NDC, no bet me do aba na yeninani and on my Ghana. Desire for economic transformation. He wanted to implement this great transformation plan to solve rising youth employment and shift focus to a transformation plan to solve rising youth, say, and and others. So at least Alan was able to tell us what I say in the question and the prayer. But he told us the reason why Alan Chabat I say yes, this is the reason why he left the National New Patriotic Party. Okay, so let's see them. Okay, so that is that. Now comes Ora Otibonsu. George Otibonsu was a New Patriotic Party but no hold position here. Were you close confidant at the man compare Agyapong? All right. And now was I financier at the man compare Agyapong the campaign. Now you got to abandon 2006 time NPP for call presidential primaries now a compare Agyapong. What is it? What did the base abba? To see the DKE pictures in the edit. Now I don't know. I have told you why Guzitano left NDC, why Obera Samuel left NDC, they came back. Guzitano is back. Bambata left the New Patriotic Party. Nana Kwada Rollins left the NDC, and Alan Chamatin left the NDC. Now, they both video be the actual. No matter the reason why this man, Ekase Adequate with Jai. National New Patriotic Party. Let's watch this video and I come back.
Na mmerɛ so a go work do MPP abedi o man so 16 good years and this is aba obani obra bo mo mosa atamis kan say be say they was sitting them so what system say Ghana e ma wa bo sanka wo abochira wo ye adwuma bi wo ye bia no wo do pay slip akotoka wo do pay slip akotofi Ghana, we have more bank and Kwana, we do face at car. And see, your country, Munyan, I used to be some enemy back. Base country, business, and a country. Dubai, Europe.
Okay, so that is that. What Tibo to say, on one who say is fed up with NDC and NPP. Ghana for a fed up with NPP and NDC. Say we need a new movement that will break the duopoly of NDC and NPP. Any idea? It's the only reason what the giant New Patriotic Party echo form a new party called the Base, and they say Ghana for abre NDC NPP. No, abre NDC NPP. I say Ghana called the new any idea. Any credit. The reason I make us answer the credit say I don't person make us say but I don't want to believe this, honestly speaking, because one, he said that where Canada Agyapong obi bisa dey say Canada Agyapong be ban na say brother so abehu brother so abehu, and he had already said it somewhere that where Canada Agyapong is part of the base. 10 years. So he's telling us that Ghana for we are fed up with MPP NDC. the reason why I don't want to associate myself and I say me person me did your Kennedy papa they say if Kennedy Japan had won the flag bearership now me just sure so Quebec say well Ghana for NDC MPP. I'm telling you say Kennedy Japan we need flag bearer no papa we go kwati the base da enye no kreda say Kennedy Japan we dia and kon kan say Ghana for abre MPP NDC. As simple like ABCD, the agenda he still have a pain and he has a score to settle with Samira Baumia because the family of Samira Baumia and Annie Oro Tibosu had an issue. Na Yakobu Bunedai, I don't know whether he's been compensated or not, but what I know is that she has a problem with Samira Baumia. So the base say they have to make sure that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia does not become a president. As simple like ABC. As simple. And one say, hey, you person Dr. Bawumia about be a president. That is the reason for the base. Be Obium Asa. Because you want to work Canada Japan. Canada Japan to lead the base. So or NPP and you are saying that Ghana for and Mr. Tibosu, you are fed up with NPP and NDC. And if Canada Japan had won the flag bearership one, and Kaveka say Ghana for bre NDC NPP never. I can't cast them no. I can you wouldn't go and form your own political party and as a movement called the base. I said, "Your better someone." What he said, "Yabum, etomasum, alanchamate say, yesisime, then call for yabum." At least some of us we saw something. You understand? Yehurubi, Alan, and you frustrated alanchamate, and conphobia, no more sabotage alanchamate. Some of us we saw it. Nana brother Jamarolis. So see the party corruption. Ayama. It me free party nim Gusitano say Pepe pay any party nim it me jai. It makes sense to me. I'm not saying that the man is not making sense. That is his due. I have to respect it. But for me, I don't believe it. That's it. Ghana for Bre NDC MPP. Let me tell you something. No political party in this country, apart from NDC and MPP, the next 50 years ahead of us can win election in this country. I'm telling you. I see it is pursued. A political party that can match as a third force to wrest power from NDC and MPP. Nenya my Obia so ya aware say Obia to take party man win election and what this country in the next 50 years ahead of us. And the information of elections in this country, from 1992 by NDC and MPP, and they keep growing. These two political parties keep growing. Nobody can form a party to say, but Obia form a party. The idea to disturb the party no free movement. Nana Kwada Rollins' agenda was to make sure that John Mahama did not become a president again. That's all. That's why I said that sometimes, that was the agenda. Obeda someone knew perfectly well that look, his popularity at that time dropped because Dr. Kwabreje beat him overwhelmingly. So the popularity, but he wanted to form something to bring some of the NDC people to disturb NDC. As simple. Guzitano forming, he was the Guzitano. I can only get me okay. That's fine. So you thought that I would be getting the support. I went to me and that support. You understand? Most of the people, they form the political party to make sure that there are some people, political party no move through mobile, does not become a ruling government again. As simple like ABC. That is what the base stand for. That is what the base stand for. And standing for BPI to make sure that Dr. Bawumia does not become a president. Finito. Yes, but there's something that and can be person okay. So let's see Raf Agyapong quickly. Yes, this is Raf Agyapong. Lawyer Raf Agyapong is brother to Ora Kennedy or Agyapong. What did come on our OKFM over the weekend, and what they are to just say Ora Kennedy Agyapong, what giant PP. What's what giant NPP long time? We're free NPP mu, but you say Kennedy Agyapong is still with the NPP. Just that NPP for set up a discipline committee for him to appear before the discipline committee because some officials can say be any. So Kennedy Agyapong is currently battling a disciplinary issues our NPP mu. But as some the bar Rafa Japan Abiatia says Nimiano will giant NPP. Let's watch this audio and come back then close. Watch it. Watch it.
Disciplinary committee ama and power referring to disciplinary committee. Now and watching your video be any party boys so come and go from the idea as you say.
Casman 92.9 Asidankwa.
Kennedy Agyapong giant baby.
Yes, so that is that. Okay, 5 minutes now. So he said that Kennedy Agyapong giant NPP, but they can't catch them on the morning show several times. Say Kennedy Agyapong is not coming back to the party, so the NPP have to brace themselves for that. He's not coming back to the party. Say it will take only miracle or some people that Kennedy Agyapong fell or more power for him to stay in the party. He wouldn't come back to the party. So my advice to new patriotic party is say, one, it is better they rather suspend the man or sack him than so on if you issue statements so on that would be more dangerous for new patriotic party than so on uncle. That is one. And two, Kennedy Agyapong, I think that as for this one too, for me, I saw Sergeant Hutu. I know that is gone. It is so new binam was signed or no the number was signed. And you're very, very dangerous than on your or some sign cry. That is that. So Kennedy Agyapong, this is the reason why I'm saying that you need to be very careful. Let's see the two Kennedy Agyapong and come back. Now, young pause is here. All right, so where the Kennedy Agyapong, the businessman, and we work Kennedy Agyapong. All right, tell my Ninano from the 2099 and 98, 99 urban Ninano. We didn't know Ora Kennedy Agyapong in this country. No, be any no, you're popular. Nobody knew Ora Kennedy Agyapong. It you cut the word Kennedy Agyapong, the noun Kennedy Agyapong. It was about this man. Because that time that Ghana football, your leg, was vibrant and enterprise. So Kotokone has, baby, you dear for a commentary near dear. So this can then revive the euphoria of Ghana football, revive Asante Kotokone and all that. So Kennedy Agyapong, Interplus was this man. Kennedy was ne Japan, Kennedy Agyapong, Kennedy Nane Japan, Kennedy Agyapong, Kennedy Agyapong, this man. And this man became popular. Nobody knew him because of Asante Kotoko. So upon away but Messasamo Kaditia, Papa Redinano, still this man is still following Asante Kotoko. Because Kotoko had to travel and we hear presidential jet. So Herbert Messa was out of the country. This man went to President Kofosi here jet near. When he went there, they said that Herbert Messa by one Kasakoi. Or no catch on say, oh, yeah, jet no so. They say Kennedy Agyapong buy a catch and a team from I always say, the who is Kennedy Agyapong? That is why Herbert Messa said, it's Papa the bufu in the but it's still Kotoko supporter. You understand? It's one time no, and then you Kennedy Agyapong to 2004 Benina until there's a yezi issue nearby. Mr. Kennedy was Agyapong started coming out to speak. Let the outspoken started saying about men spreading idea and yeah. Still, we are still hearing Kennedy Agyapong. And you confirm Kennedy Agyapong be a official we say and acquire politics no. But when Kennedy Agyapong came to the limelight because of NPP. I'm not talking about his money. Some people the money yes, I don't know because I knew say he was a rich man before joining New Patriotic Party. He was an industrious and enterprise person before joining the New Patriotic Party. But if you leave the New Patriotic Party, why not fair to the party? Because it didn't Kennedy Agyapong in Nano, or only Kennedy Agyapong or shadow this Kennedy Agyapong. It's because of New Patriotic Party. It's because of NPP. So please, Papa, Sergeant Wubium, I'm telling you, that's what I can say. Sergeant Wubium, it is very, very crucial. I know, say, hey, yeah, you are DBF, say, I don't know why you want to leave the party. After that, I mean, the reason why also intimidating Kofobi near Jumania, that people too, they wouldn't leave the party. So, as for this one, your name Agyapong became a household name, not because of your business, not because you were sitting in parliament, because of New Patriotic Party. And the NPP made you a member of parliament for 20 years. So please think about this. Thank you very much. There's one person, the person Denis Abwako. I
mean, finish all the drains at the time. I reported in cabinet, for instance, that in 2018, the government committed 200 million towards flood control. Need do now call drain construction and at the sorting and at drain rehabilitation. 2020, the government provided additional 250 million. Exactly.
Okay.
And as part of the drains, also they say what we call the sorting every year. Be a the tiga terminal there. I feel it's a BNC.
Okay.
I feel be BNC. In fact, the local government minister, because once the last MP time now, there's a Zoomlion. Not on exactly. I buy. I must say there be any on your Germany. No, my Jeffrey from I'm Jeffrey company in some of the Akoma assembly. Local government minister about 2 weeks ago reported assembly no any Jumano. Even though this kind of more.
Undermine what you want
it's undermine the work we are doing as a country because say what the contract. I don't have a problem if government of the day thinks say Zoomlion or say the contract if you know, but there has to be an alternative plan.
Okay.
So what I say, and they failed to provide that alternative plan. Into the man got us in the a choku. I saw president say or try so because in sunu na todo do ntina debi. So they thought they be I didn't know attend you are also na major flooding disaster.
Abusunya wadaroma mesere na wa like me video no wa share for adwenkyere nso so bra nipa wo ka say eye honorable Asenso Boache asese wono na yemra hye badwane di ma adehia wono wo bantuma abato mpesua so e wasante mantemu ahinkuru kumase na wopeni ebra ya na his excellency na Nadanko Akufo-Addo anase MPP wa ben mo no wono enene ye wosoafo a ya wohwe ya kwantempon eso mekire minister for roads ebra ya yesesan free ayi ya mo akwanta free honom wono ena eba beto aso na openi wachire mu pa de nti ene ensuyiri abrebia NDC aban ne wa ban mu bia na ensuyiri ese wo man Ghana e wo nyema bi mu no wonya adaje a chire mu pa afri se bra na Nadanko Akufo-Addo bae no na nado e ka chire wonom se sebi do man ni sika ayi ebo bra bi e ma wo matemamfo ho to wo mu a ye betimi abrɛbrɛ saa anya sika ne bi ahya anan na emom se amfa sika na mbɔ temamfo ho bra ne ye jaaja wo mu ma omu wuwu a ye ntimi emfa wo mu mankwa mu bio enti abribia na nado e hye wo mu se wo mu nye de wo mu bɛyɛ bɛboa matemamfo no ho etimi atɔ wo mu enti mpempi no ano no mu de sika ehye gata ye tete mu ne ye ba mu bie mu sa de be nsuo to a wono benya baabi afa ne titiru pa ne se omoma Zoomlion dwumakuo no de wo nsa hye apam biase a afibia no mu sika bi omode ma no ema ne didi sa adwuma ne boa ampa nso Zoomlion so won fidi akese ne niema hodo a wode ko sa eniema yi pa ne nso so NDC aban ba ye eno obehwe nkratam no hunu se niema bi onom na se won twetwa so NCC ano a ono kra na wonya sika emfa nye niema opese wode ye enti Zoomlion dwumakuo no otwa wo mo contract mo kra ye beka ya nano Basintale eba betena ho ka se na Zoomlion dwumakuo no na on renew wo mo license ne de be kan se bebre no a okay adwuma no so wokɔ eniti ene abobo yafo ye omo na mo fikyire esase abola ya sebe ye pese wonom susu nya adwuma ye nti no ye gya wo mo se omo na esase abola no mo susu enya bibi ndie no ene omo se sabola no omo hu ba bi omo de ko obi abobo ye emuni tokwan so no atam abobo ya no wagya nguda na gu ho nti ene bebre no a wonam no a efinko a ena ebu nkamfa ye so na Zoomlion onye na adwuma sa nti ene Asenso Boache nya daje akire mu mako kwan a na nado ehye wo mo se wo nye bridges akese ene drains anase ensramso akese betimi aboa na easy flooding ne ye no ane se na amene ena enedi ebola ebunkama fa yeso titiro ne nkramantemu a saa awrahosem etoye yenya daje ne nti asenso boachi ne nchiremu ode ba ye ne niema ene NDC aban ne ye a ede oye ne ena ebre oman Ghana nyina wadaroma for adwenchire bla like video no so na afa so share mame.
We've exported talents. Some are in Nairobi, about 70 of our staff are there. Some are going, about 50 in Lagos, Liberia. We are exporting talents. And it's because of all the understanding of we came to invest into the waste management and to deal with it righteously. In fact, my ambition has been that as for the black man, if you don't excel beyond reasonable doubt, you are not proven. If Zoomlion is today accepted in Kenya, meaning that we are practicing what international best practice is accepted into the waste management. And that's all what has been done. Because if we are not doing something right, we will never be allowed. And some of them were tendered. We went to an international competitive tender and we were being certified. Waste management is science, a skill. It's not just job for cooperatives. It's not job for boys. No. If you consider waste as, you see, the actual thing that every human being thinks that when you generate waste, it's a common thing. Anybody can collect. Anybody can sweep. But when you sweep and you don't have a scale of how to collect, you see some debris left. It's a scale. So the concept and the fundamentals of waste management, if it is destroyed, you see flooding. You see flooding. Because if you don't have people sweeping on the street of Accra, even in your room, if you don't sweep 1 month, you see that you will not feel comfortable. So if you don't have people constantly sweeping and collecting it, the waste will find itself in the drains. And when it rains, flooding will occur. It's natural. You cannot do anything about it. So if the fundamentals are not kept right, that is how it will be.
Now, Omanjuma mo ye, and a man for the suburbo NPP abainse, my pencil, Moody Jumedia be by ye. Yes, I made a man for be cracker and for so be anti-member Garrett project. Yensha same feel one more. Ya Saj media mo de baye sebe boama enkra hanomo yetimi atitimo na gatters awodo asisi no yebetime yidi nyina mu across 17 mmds no a na ewo honomo no amanfo bi ka se mopen so sa Garrett project na mo de baye no asisikadie bi koso a entimi amfamfaso de ambro man Ghana emu no kore pa ne se
yo de kan ma me fa enchia kese ma watiefo nyina em se obi timi kase sikadie ebamu na ebe nwa kakra because aban we buy no omo ya confirm me no anisa omba ma chichi nkofo we bre investigation be bre na ekoso minti se investigation bi aba ewo Garrett project and I said me for my minister aframe say me meyi ma no Garrett project na World Bank sika obi no betime de
okay
this be a wajimi and it's kind of more some could easy.
That's a good young coso.
Nebi.
The
ten say World Bank sa Garrett project no. Nene kufa do ban and kofa buy. Abra June 3rd 2015 disaster ne buy. Say a report be bre e buy. Na report ne buy no aban ye said there be yempe enye feasibility studies ni hu kwan asa flooding ne buy. Now mo ye no hu said there be there are several factors that contribute to the flooding. That particular period no ukaya insu lot Accra no in terms of land use plan we are saying say it's a low-lying area, just a form power.
Yeah.
And I all mountains so we are blue mountains so and so twice so.
Yeah.
It is so tall or sometimes you can so enter Accra and so to me flood it Accra.
Yeah.
If you say a tall mountains na stand
down.
Enti side June 3rd no what happens is so tall Accra no be so tall or mountains and a deep speed a Accra and a bounce so no na waves na wo see no so no it's in the boom no and this June 3rd disaster na buy and it's a catch fire ewo circle area na kufa sanse no nyina bai enti no World Bank project na World Bank 4 years on funding no feasibility studies no mo say there are certain drainage infrastructure you have to put in place and they be reduce flooding no ewo not Accra nyina but the Odo basin there are several basins and Accra Odo na Odo your other colleague on ne the keka ho so inti many interventions na about implementing na World Bank sika no answer na sika be release no na say boni be say processes bureaucracy na abra na me wo no you went through a lot of processes designs feasibility na afede say contrast for some of the drains.
Okay.
Achimota Abofu, for instance, me started.
That storm drain no.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
Kwashiman. So you started storm drains as part of the project. Baby a friend of Buzia Highway.
Okay.
Yeah. And several others. No, you started under the project, under the Gary project. But about you buy so extra.
Now we buy in the Gary project and halty and answer.
Yeah, how to it's been installed. And now there's one critical intervention under the Gary project, and the most important.
Okay.
And they say atomic area. As I say, you build what we call detention ponds. So detention ponds, no. So it's only free mountains nearby. The pond no receive water no nyina.
Okay. So I say it's only free fan say ayi mensa ho no ne ade e ba no. Sa atobe ko no no. Sa pump no beji insu ni.
Beji insu ni nyina. Sa. It is a suni jaya. The engineering system no is such a way say be release insu ni kakra. Ansana be dun cry akogu ponim. So as abra MPP fra bem no. Na ye engineering designs. I completing. Na ya procurement I say ya award contract in my contractors and na fofi anto ata and MPP are buying free.
Is this the one that the Gary project no?
Yeah, Gary project is not making. Say no obu some question. As at now, omo buy ye ko 2 years ni. Omo nyi bibia o ho. Da ho. Sas man okay they making. Omo panyin ekoye inspection. O be kan problem ni nyina. We nim the say okay say detention pond. The process has started. Procurement has started. Designs had been completed on by Astolo. And then menya report to be from another FM station. Okay. Say World Bank cry a comment say abide by you must stop so me just when you say and I spoke in
the ministry no.
Exactly. Yeah. And I spoke in Parliament about it. I didn't have that information and come in the back home. Until me be a dear dance say, or may decide say, or mon your home and Tina a can be and as a flooding challenge by. And yes, it can be a deliberate attempt to stop the works that has started. So what I say, and only Gary project.
Under your leadership, now level of completion. What's that Gary project? No what you do percentage wise, no what you say.
Oh, percentage mean to me because me free ministry home. I think at the beginning of 2024 will be by a bit twice. But I mean, I will not be able to mention in terms of percentage. But the key thing is that not construction, not construction. I started on buy na, but now you think you tini discuss a quite flooding neighbor. So I don't think say it's an issue because Ghana will be any. My penny meets all casa or kind didn't see my flooding neighbor. So I say in PMP, you know, now you drainage infrastructure no and you're robust. Because many of our drains now water than a check. It be a week. It be so say we call it undersized as a kitwa. In so of time no. The neck afford buy. And yes and no. You have to invest in drainage infrastructure. Until we build a lot of drains. Ewa Accra, Kumasi, Takrade, Tamale. You teach you Accra in the Kumasi. Na drains no. Won't mean finish all the drains at the time. I reported in cabinet, for instance, that in 2018, the government committed 200 million towards flood control. Ni do now call drain construction and the sorting and drain rehabilitation. 2020, the government provided additional 250 million. Exactly.
Okay.
And as part of the drains, so they say what we call the sorting every year. Be a nisoni betwa the tiga terminal de. I feel we say BNC.
Okay.
I feel we BNC. In fact, the local government minister, because once the last MP time now, there's a Zoomlion. Now on exactly. I buy. I must say there be any on your Germany. No, my Jeffrey from I'm Jeffrey Company in some of the Akoma Assembly. Local government minister about 2 weeks ago reported assembly no any ejumano. Even though this kind of more.
It undermine what you are no na.
It's undermine the work we are doing as a country because say what's the contract? I don't have a problem if government of the day thinks say Zoomlion or say the contract if you know. But there has to be an alternative plan.
Okay.
So what I say. And they failed to provide that alternative plan. Until I'm got a choku. I saw president say or try so because in sunu na todo duntina debi. So they thought be I didn't attend you are also na major flooding disaster.
Na say e one was say the wakan mampanyin ase na pen so bia no sa flooding ne ade no taisi pa dear poti e na ekoso nti is it because e bia ehunim die no omo de be solve sa challenge ni ho no and as omo need the right people wo motimi take.
It's all about the commitment. And I make catch you say yeah wo no afibia no apart from new drain construction you know and the rehabilitation of weak drains no now you said the sika ko share the sorting the tigates ni mu and now waste collections and there was a plan for waste collection. Now we don't have a plan. There was an existing arrangement with a company called Zoomlion. That's not my issue. But what Jeff from we'll make an alternative arrangement. Me some of the district assembly, but according to minister, no, or say assembly is in Timinye. So what are you doing? The government job is not to complain. Government's job is to take action.
Yeah.
So so I believe that they have failed in that regard.
From where you sit, you know, dear Poti na yebetimi aye asadi we will find a lasting solution to sa insuiria yiri na farm. For instance, I feel the kwampo de we have impact re nya ye no so pa.
Yeah.
Dear yebetimi aye yebetimi aso anokra.
Well, aso anokra de be a bed. But yebetimi atiso.
Okay.
So in flood management, yeah, as I can say, you reduce the risks. Exactly. And see, as I say, go so drains. And then Ghana is sky will be the constructed road. Sky being a beer and road neko. Road in so no we build the road. Next we need drainage. In so a befa road nako. You have seen several instances. Even today, I saw a video. I think in the western region, I think toward the Diamond Mines Road, because there's no drainage, the road has been cut into two. New road, exactly. So I have been saying that you have to find a way to raise money to do more roads. I mean, more drainage work. In fact, recently, I proposed to say, road maintenance fund, FBS Kakotomi de road maintenance, you need a portion of it. If I could share what I call drainage fund.
Okay.
Yeah, we need a drainage fund.
We need a drainage fund.
Yes.
Yes, I found in the bed.
Futobia, a bambe pescabidia gum. Now yet timide, I invest in drainage construction.
Okay.
Exactly. And drainage maintenance. I think it's very clear. It's long overdue. and I want you, the media, to talk about it. It's very important. Get fund. I mean, road fund. Afibia ekugum. The says canon. The road no. I believe that there's a causal relationship between drainage provision and road construction. Because where there are no drainage, we can't be sent. So there's a relationship. So I propose that. Apart from that, as I say, government regulation on settlement planning, say intensify near Hansen.
Okay.
You see, obeying your umrawa, your building code, your laws on development, laws on settlement planning and land use. Say, Okusidaya. It's all Chokoma Assembly, no. Say, me site planning, number 7 Kusidawa. Assembly, no committee, from development committee. Development committee, number me who say, I dare to see land, no. Is it a place I say you see a down also? Because if you are in a swampy area, a marshy land, exactly. Until those sit on the on your application and approve.
And the type of building probably see, you know.
That is a building permit. Yeah. There's a development permit, and it talks about the site now. Consider no, and sana ya approve no. We design now the consider and so the core. Now building permit.
Yeah.
And even building permit, no, there is something we call site coverage rule in our building code. No, so we sit down here. As I say, a portion of that land, no, must be reserved for green. So what I say, and so obi obesiden bia nipa dodo na ni asmenti ho nyina nti so to a ntimi enkofom then say it becomes running water it's a echo so what I say and so na abroche ni ba bi bebre ni make sure so bi osiden bia no beja a space for greens nti so no to a it will percolate na akwa asase na se when nyina we building codes more but they are not enforced. And that's why in Parliament, when I was speaking, I said there are enough laws, but the challenge is enforcement. Mijidi said district assemblies, no, or more said here strong. And I've said it in many times that at the time that we were planning to go on the path of decentralization, as a people, we never realized the enormity of responsibility we were placing in the hands of the assembly people. Okay. And a jam don't have the capacity because, for instance, if you have to review architectural designs and all that, let's say you need architectural assembly, and how many architects will go into the assembly? How can we pay them? So there are challenges. And in the Ministry of Local Government,
beyond say can say, you know. Wakwa ranking member at the local government committee, no. Dear na mobile extra, said a bear, sir, MMDCs, no woman ain't to me meaty expectation, and I said, woman to me, Mojuma, M woman, potemon to me, Anthony Adiano. Dear, I'm with me beyond that, beyond Casanwa, a bit more city of Modia.
And I buying a holding woman, but then as minority, no, and as a committee, no. A brand biani share and nobody. In fact, last week I share all assembly members and officials Greater Accra and the 2 minimum MIH and Numa as somewhere. But at the end of the day, I'm not the one that appointing authority. I can only advise exactly. And I believe say if government has the political will, in fact some of them have been doing well. In fact some of them have been demolishing buildings on waterways. Yeah, and I commend those who are doing that. I heard the news item that the president is saying that they should, demolish all the yes, which is positive. But do we have to sit down for we to build the structures before we demolish them? And when you demolish them, you have to spend money to even remove the debris. Exactly, that's also a lot of money. Because if you demolish and you just leave it there, there's actually no point. Okay. So saying, and this is a kakese.
I recommend this MMDCs now. One meet expectation, no, and a bino from where you sit, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you cannot do the job, why do you stay there? Yeah, that one there.
Too early to judge them.
I'm saying, I mean, say, oh, now what can say? I recommend this if they are not able to work. It means before you can say they are not able to work, maybe our assessment to be. And I'm saying that if this assessment have been done and it's established they are not doing their work well, why not? We have to take action.
Ability anti-flood task force. Yeah, committee, you know, one said a you might went to me and you know, to me at Twasso. Yeah, Mammy Marita Brew can be National Security Coordinator, and then Deputy NADMO Director, one of the county near dear. So far, committee no more year no, and that's 1 more year no. Who say?
Well, me say Tessa anti flood task force, no, me but me image maybe on my so far. A moment kind maybe on my.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not aware of. I mean, Parliament, they haven't come to brief Parliament. And Minister for Interior maybe brief Parliament about the disaster happening on Monday. But one can't maybe anti-task force in here. He himself is not a member of the committee. Yeah. So apart from the news that we heard that there's a task force in place, I don't know. Image may be on my. Unless you ask them. Yeah.
Almost say, one move dying near the end of the 1 more year. Then I make us so far ahead my beer. 1 more air noir. How would you?
On the wood, I'm
say 1 more come 1 more demolition exercise near the end. It's under the 1 more authority said, 1 more to take his exercise near the end. So far, no, have they not done enough? Yeah, bet me I can say, wait, the committee at the moment, 1 boy to my pa.
And I mean, I say, I don't know what exactly they have done. Yeah.
After saying no great woman in a helicopter, if you try pictures,
me so far. Yeah.
President, ne response to situation you see here and then answer. Bepim and the year. Who is saying?
I think a very reactive response. Okay. My sister said, "This can be 300 million cities. Half of it, 150 million, is to support the victims, which is a good idea. We support it, and another 150 million to actually invest in flood control. Flood control now, started here. Now, this is Kakushim. Kufado's time, a commitment of 540 million. Mobile and Nesenka first year, Gomotuasu, second year, Omotuasu, Mantuasu. A copy say at Rinchim Bay. Mumuna Omaba as an afterthought. So the 150 echo room. Well, better late than never. But if they had continued the work that we did, we probably wouldn't be in the situation that we found ourselves. It shouldn't happen. Say, Assembly, Asana, or Abra wouldn't prefer. Say, these are very important interventions. Afibia no flooding. See, into say, Nasebi, Enkofa, Asem Kesibiama. I will have wished. Senka obey invested that money. Abroad bar bemuno. Dan sell chairman bibi say see and sana way no. And no say they are not being proactive. They are being reactive. And I buy so away only proactive no. What human intimate so any now intimi nyoma e bo atima mfo.
Upon all interventions here all put in place intimi solve the situation. Flood situation or Ghana Hanamo. And I say intimi and mitigate impact
to some extent, it can. For instance, if we are told, say, from Thursday in Suo Sabaton, if the gutters are choked, if the gutters are silted, the same problem will come. So, I, for instance, say we should declare a 1 week emergency for flood control. So the bear deploy security agencies and NADMO officials and raise the necessary money to dissort the gutters. If that is done and is done right, it will be mitigated when the next rain comes in Friday, Saturday, as is being forecasted. You don't know the volumes that will come. Okay, so it is important that Sasikana Abandia HD Esihono quickly in deploying for no more desert gutters. You cannot construct drain this month, next month, and finish. But you can do the sorting. Then they reserve some of the money to continue with some of the drainage projects that we started, and also will help mitigate the flooding when it rains.
For Francis Asenso Boache, a ranking member at the local government and rural development committee. Our man Galamsey be fundi di en komono. Said ya woka said ya nkofo make said be amount bit me atiase say flood ni be si hani ade no. Meka 2023 we di dwumadi bi ba ya na utu di din say flood early warning systems. Yeah, no netimi boa na early warning signs na manfo betimi ehunu say ensuire ebesi wo hanom tiro bia na no ho so meni mu fira ban mu no so far wetimi ate ho nsem bi dwumadi na ekoso.
I'm surprised because yes, that early warning systems no technology bia ewo ho a sensu beto a it can predict say ebia dansoman area in subeto.
Okay.
Intino amanfo nhwe eno e basa na aban advice community say BBC intino obi am moving free her maybe in the next 2, 3, 4 days no. That's what the early warning systems no. Yeah. And it was put in place before we left office. Yeah. So the government for instance should tell us why it's not functioning.
Why is surprising say with the systems you buy
as part of the Gary project and all the system. The briefing that I have shows that it was established before we left office.
And other agencies.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
But is it still working?
They should. It's not in my hands at the moment. The government should. I've called for government to come and brief Parliament about, for instance, the Gary project, the status, and the plans to complete the project. And when they come, the government will have the opportunity to tell Ghanaians what they came to meet and what they have done since they assume office and what plans they have to complete it, so that we will achieve the desired objective for which it was established.
In social secretary, a big MP4 and 1 year no my year. You been Sabay or Tiakunyasway and 1 year no my. Do we have to politicize Sa Atuyenchema Atuye? Baby, I do so on my.
I never quite Ghana pan over politicization of issue. I seem beyond your politicizing. And Mikai say, Abra, you better about 2024 no. 2023, 2024. So Tobia or my penny or tissue that time no campaign is up as president. No, dear politics. If we in Suan talk around because MP a bamboo burning in Suan talk. In so also say bamboo burning flower in Sunato, I'm a flooding back. What the politics be brave. Enra, me could Dr. Bawumia Maneko inspection of the now on the small kind say flooding in your politics. You have to come together and fight it together. Because when it floods, it doesn't discriminate. Kasa kesia enra papa bia e fa isu akoma e bese me obi land over isu akolan over enye yibi and several other cars. So it doesn't discriminate whether you are poor or rich. So what I say, politicians are already flooding here politics no. Shame on to them. That's what I say. And that is why even though I always say government has a responsibility to play in terms of investment, it has to commit to build new drains, repair old ones, and also expand undersized ones, no, and also desal the gutters, no. I also think young team mufonsos, no, you are said kesepa SCD because independent be almost to two in New baby or mope. Now flooding situation be me constituency bantama. 10,000 work on a frigid than swimming. Na ubimpa na edem. Na dem pani frigid betua e bede timi ama insuo kwan ama insuo ako. So what I say intini yen ne ye nyoma bi ye no ema flooding no eba na my district assemblies no so it's actually a collective responsibility. Everybody has to play his part. Government will have to play his part. The citizenry will have to play his part, and the planning officials at the district assembly and the political actors there too must also play their part to make sure that we fight the flooding situation together.
Baby, ever been through so mine over 69 years, getting to 70 years, yeah, koi. Here, Jumedia, Yasha say, yeah, Sebitimia so to Yenchimano. Have you done enough? You wait, Maka say, in the next 5 to 10 years to come, no? Sadi, we know, a super from Kura.
Well, we haven't done enough because we don't have the resources to do, especially when you are doing the drains. But Kakrana, if you're able to plan it well with limited resources, if you're able to plan it well now, we can do it in such a way, say the critical ones are tackled. For instance, if we're able to do the detention ponds at Atomic Corner, okay, it will reduce flooding incidents drastically, especially within the Odo Basin. So what I say. Okay. So there are certain critical infrastructure, drainage infrastructure you're investing in a bebwa.
Okay.
Yeah, but you see, there's also this issue of climate change. Sometimes you soon bit me at na infrastructure said the ekrana na bogus. Yeah.
Now we just say swafo na wo ha dansie na nyuma nsem so. So far ufiri hoyi unua Gilbert Agye aba. Wo hwe ni dwumadi a wodie no. O ye na famu die. Ana se ade no. Sense do Sabramon focus say, hey, this is a time one komu here works and housing minister. Let me act na it will said be a flooding situation so betimi etwa because mo penso mo ye mafom die it bia no ayi hu say mo ne tibamfo ne di nkomo ya mo ye project betimi aboa na betimi geti sa impact no. Gilbert as minister for works and housing no or ye na fam die, is it doing enough?
Hey,
has it done much?
You want me to pass judgment on my successor? No. He himself, I think he has a clear mind. He's very hardworking.
The one for because he's not on top of.
I think he's very hardworking. But you see, this let's say media house Dubai about World Bank Day. Yeah. It's obvious a finance ministry and a frustrating effort.
Okay.
Exactly. We are infrastructure minister. That's you are not being funded. How do you solve the problem? That's what I'm saying. The report is saying that. It's not me. So how do you blame the minister? The minister is probably prioritizing something else. Or this should be more. For instance, I wrote a letter to the president when they decided to construct this new expressway. Yeah. So exactly. And I was saying that there is an existing dual carriage road here from Accra to Kumasi. Yeah. And na me Israel my penny say no. So what I say because Sakwan a very strategic towns and economic zones in Kudu Kumasi. And yes, our road no. Now ya could do achieve 64%. And so can I wanna or say what reserve for especially one fan completely. Now or here we are to achieve the same results or person or the new highway neighbor. Now it will cost less than a third.
And so be a new one.
A brand new one. Nanka says can I also the way we say no. So to test nebekano. What about other things like flood maintenance? They say, why this kind of why the attention and I want to me support to the Ministry of Local Government. You are unable to support. You are unable to support works and housing. And Abraham Kokain was saying, "Me pay Kumasi for us. Na me pay man intina make us." But management of the economy, you don't have. You have scarce resources. The basic economic theory tells us say usikaniso. Next when human be what do? You prioritize. And you make the best out of the little resources that you have. They say wow. Exactly. And when the BBI politics, say food to we say so come fire and kabe boa. So when the BBI politics and Kumasi a choir I think I do 4 hours and sometimes 8 hours. You could do Konongo with me do 2 hours, not do the traffic more Konongo. Meanwhile, there's a bypass I start here and can you
yeah.
The same thing so it's a problem. These are the kind of things that you can't far about for being TRC, but they are very important. So what I say. And see, back to the minister, I think he's very hardworking. But at the end of the day, see, encounter drum any happen ya. What me funny pen if any say encounter got more Abraham and discussion funny. No contractor will go and do it. Abraham on committee and say first carry all money discussion koi. So what I say. But otherwise, fine gentleman. I think he's doing his best. But he needs the support of the finance ministry.